Hi everyone, this is Minister Shegun Sanusi and this is Mentorship Saturday. This Saturday, we have chosen to talk about the power of one, part 2. A few weeks ago, I spoke about the power of one, part 1. And I spoke about the power that an individual has the capability to erode in bringing about change, influencing positive activities and behaviors, among others. Today, I'm going to be giving examples about people, institutions, nations that has been built, and people who in the past they've taken actions in order to change the course of their nation, the course of their life, the course of a religious movement that has affected nations. And number one, we are going to be looking at Gideon today. Gideon in the Bible, as we all know, it's a popular scripture. Gideon was born into a family that he considered to be the least of his tribe, and his tribe being the least of his people, in other words, his nation. But God called Gideon, God chose Gideon, and God instructed him to unpick 300 people that answered and listened to the call. These 300 went ahead to defeat a whole army. And God used one man, Gideon, the power of one, to bring about deliverance for the nation of Israel. Number two, I want us to look at the reality of the Christian kingdom that we have right now, or should I say in Christendom. Looking at Pa Elton as an example, he came from England and went to Nigeria, and when he did, he moved with his entire family. And Pa Elton moved with his children and his wife to Nigeria. One man, the power of one, erased people and great people like Archbishop Benson Daoser, Pastor E. Adeboye, Bishop Oyedepo, Bishop Wale Oni, and the rest of them. The power of one. One, as I said in the previous video, is a majority with God. When God is looking for a man, it is because he's about to effect a national or geographical or a family change. And when he finds one man, he can do so much more with that man than a whole nation. Why is it that God seldom uses people who consider themselves to be all that? People who consider themselves to be there already. Another example I'm going to be giving us today is our father in the Lord, Pastor E. Adeboye. Pastor Kadejari Adeboye went to school. In fact, he dreamt to become the youngest vice chancellor of a university. He became a doctor of applied mathematics. As a mathematician, at that age, he thought he would be someone, a high lecturer that people would look at or look up to. However, God disrupted his dream or his goal. God called him into ministry. And God used that one man, Pastor E. Adeboye, to raise a lot of people and to bring about kingdom come and the furtherance of the gospel all over the world. The Redeemed Christian Church of God is in around, I think, in more than 100 countries now, because one man heard and concur to the voice of God and with his instruction. And this man has also went ahead to raise other people. This man, or one of the people this Pastor E. Adeboye has raised, is Pastor Tony Rappo. Pastor Tony Rappo also had a unique call from God that facilitated the movement of the professionals coming into ministry. In other words, people who are bankers and medical doctors and engineers and the rest becoming pastors. And he gave us, or he created a kind of hybrid in the marketplace and in Christianity, or should I say in ministry. Because of Pastor Tony Rappo today, there are a lot of people who did not consider themselves to be able to lead a church as a pastor because they were so engrossed into their profession. They were specialists. They spent years studying. He himself, being a medical doctor, became a pastor and set the example, letting us know that God is willing and ready to use everything that you have, including the skills you've went to school to study for. So Pastor E. Adeboye, Pastor Tony Rappo today has also used his skills, his medical skills, to not just preach the gospel, but to raise and deliver a lot of young people out of drug addiction. He brought out many girls and men from the ghetto, people that their life would have gone down the drain. Why? Because of drug addiction, because they've been written off by the society. Why is God so interested in just one person? Because God knows that the power of one is his thing. The power of one is the ways of God. The power of God of one is the way God starts a movement and then brings about a national or international or global change. Why did I say all of this? I also happen to come under the leadership of Pastor Tony Rappo, among other great men of God that God has used for me to raise me. I learned that I don't have to give up my uniqueness. I don't have to give up the things I love to do, because God is not interested in taking away your dream or interested in taking away the things that you love to do. Instead, He wants to bring about a tapestry of His ministry, His calling for you with what you love to do. Today, we've preached the gospel directly and indirectly to thousands of people all over the world. During festivals. And why? Because God is always looking for a man to bring about a dynamic change into his body. And why have I said all of this? What is the reason for all of this teaching and examples that I've given and history? The reason is because God may be calling you, watching me right now, to stand up, to get up, and to be all that He's calling you to be. To get up from that place of despondency and place of depression that life and circumstances and yourself have put yourself in, and become all that God has called you to be. Take up your calling. If God is calling you to start a business that He wants to use to bring about prosperity in a place, God is telling you to get up right now. Start writing that business plan and start that business. Today, I want to tell you that God is interested in you, even though you think that your life is a mess. He wants to use your mess to bring about a message to the world. He wants to use your life to help other people. He wants to use your story to tell a different story and to help and encourage other people. God is calling you right now to get up and become all that He has created you to be. If what you love to do is not sin, God is interested in it. God is interested in it. The power of one, talking about history, in the 17th and 18th century, Britain as one nation stood against the trade of slavery to an extent of them using their navy an army to put about a blockade and barricade in order to check boats that are crossing the Atlantic Ocean